Good afternoon. My name is Lieutenant Kurt Thomas. It's Kurtthomas. Again, that's Kurt Thomas, Kurtthomas. I'm a lieutenant with the Austin Police Department's Organized Crime Division. Today, downtown area command patrol officers and EMS have responded to approximately 20 episodes involving K2, which started around 12 a.m. this morning. On each of the calls, persons involved were having reactions that are indicative of K2 or synthetic cannabinoid usage. At 1:19 p.m., officers responded to the 700 block of Natchez Street near the Salvation Army for individuals under medical stress related to the ingestion of K2. Through the on-scene investigation of the call in the 700 block of Natchez and by utilizing real-time crime center cameras here at APD, we were able to identify possible suspects engaged in activity consistent with narcotics distribution at this location. At this time, at least 3 persons of interest have been detained and are being interviewed by narcotics detectives who are currently on the scene. It's anticipated that criminal charges will be filed on at least 2, if not all 3 of these individuals. Charges are pending until lab analysis of the suspected K2 evidence that was seized has been analyzed by our drug lab. Potential charges will range from Class B misdemeanor mere possession up to first-degree felony delivery of a controlled substance or possession of a controlled substance with the intent to deliver. And it is yet to be determined which of those appropriate charges will be filed. And that's what we have at this time. I'll take any questions.
Is anyone going to be charged with manufacturing the K2? I guess what I'm asking is, did any of these suspects potentially make this K2 that's causing these reactions?
We don't know if they made it. I would be speculating to say yes or no, but there will not be a charge for manufacturing. It will be either for possession or possession with the intent to distribute or delivery of a controlled substance.
So does that mean that the person who made it is still out there?
It could have been manufactured anywhere. It could have been manufactured overseas, for all we know. So we're going to charge individuals based on possessing the substance itself and any related offenses related to the distribution of those substances.
Lieutenant, we had a big string of these cases last year, even the year before. How actively do you all investigate where this K2 is coming from, who's distributing it year-round? I'm assuming it's more than just the past few days.
We do actively investigate it as we respond to these calls. We do on-scene investigations, interview witnesses and suspects alike at length. Not only do we investigate the possession there at the scene, but we question these individuals that possess these substances at length, trying to determine where the substances they were in possession of originated from, whether that's a local place here in Austin or whether it was shipped from another state. So we look into all of that.
Why do you think it's K2 that we're constantly hearing about on the street, not some other drug?
Well, I think it became so popular because when the K2 rage started, there wasn't a lot of teeth to the laws enabling us to prosecute it. So something that was easy for people to get, to use and to consume, and that's what I attribute to its popularity.
And we're seeing a lot of police on the scene. How much does this take away from resources for police to respond to other parts of the city when there are so many overdoses like this, especially in one day?
It's inundating patrol resources and EMS resources alike. I mean, it's a tremendous burden on our resources. When you have several people in medical stress at one location, you're having to call for buses from other parts of the city. We feel it. So it's something that's serious and something that we need to continue to address through our enforcement efforts.
Is there an age range that we're looking at? Is it young adult? Is it older? I mean, or is it kind of just sporadic?
It's sporadic. I've seen young adult suspects and elderly suspects. So there's not a single age group that is predominant. You see a lot of young dealers. I would say if you took an overall picture at what we're dealing with, I would say on the younger end of the spectrum, younger adults, but all ages are involved.
You say that 3 people are in custody, you know, yet there's dozens of people who are in the hospital. Will these 3 arrests make any kind of difference, you think?
I think they make a difference because it's a start. I mean, we have to hold people accountable for violating the law related to possession of this substance and distributing it. And so we're going to hold the people that we find in possession of it and who are dealing it accountable and prosecute them to the full extent of the law. On the other side of the issue, there are addiction issues in our community, and we understand that, you know, just arresting up everybody is not the end-all answer and solution to everything, but it's illegal. So if you're going to engage in it, we're telling you now, don't get involved with it. One, it's dangerous. It'll hurt you, as we've seen today. People are having all kinds of distress and having to go to the hospital, several already. And so if you're engaging in the usage of it, we encourage you to seek out recovery efforts for addiction. There are several social resources available in Austin. Reach out to your family members to help you get that done. And if you're engaging in the distribution of it for illegal profit, then be rest assured that if we find you doing it, we're going to prosecute you for it, and we're going to arrest you.
So we just talked to EMS a little while
Oh.
ago. They were saying that they're treating this as a mass casualty situation, and they're staging ambulances downtown. There has been a big police presence downtown as well. Are you guys kind of doing the same thing, or how are you dealing with?
We utilize our watch commander, who has the ability to move resources around the city as needed. So I would say our staffing model right now is normal operations, but certainly our watch commander is monitoring these calls as they come out. And if we need to utilize patrol resources that are in another part of the city, then where these incidents are happening, those resources can be moved at that commander's discretion.
So I want to get the numbers right. You said today there were around 20 overdose cases, and counting yesterday's, how many are they?
The approximately 20 is all that I'm aware of. I can't elaborate any more than that. I first became aware of this afternoon.
I want to make sure I understand so the Salvation Army location, is that where police first met with these 3 suspects? All 3 suspects were at the Salvation Army location?
Yes.
How did they recognize them as suspects? Did anyone point them out as their dealers?
Well, the bulk of that information came from utilizing the real-time crime center cameras after officers arrived on the scene.
Last question.
We're streaming on Facebook, and someone asked, they're wondering if all of this K2, if you believe it came from the same source.
I do not know. I don't know that at this time.
That's something you're investigating as part of this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.